The following episode heavily discusses sexual assault and suicide. Listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to The Wrong Podcast, a show where we watch and discuss all the films in Lifetime's The Wrong series. I'm Claudia.
I'm Jory.
And today we're going to be discussing The Wrong Friend, directed by David Dakota, as always, written by Adam Rockoff, premiered 2018, about 3 months after the last one. Actually, like a month and a half, really, because the other one was end of July. Anyway, Jory, what'd you think of The Wrong Friend?
One thing I want to bring up, even though it's nothing that the audience will be able to tell, because by the time this is out, episodes will have come out,
Yeah.
but as we're recording, they haven't come out. In the break that we took, another one came out.
No fucking way.
Yep,
The
The Wrong
Wrong
Marriage.
Marriage.
June 26, 2025.
Oh, we are so fucking back.
They're gonna go on till the end of time. But,
Let's go.
But anyway, with this one, I was surprised at how straightforward it was.
Mm-hmm.
It has a bad title, I'll say that much. The Wrong Friend does not describe it in any regard. The guy who could conceivably be the wrong friend is friendly for never? I don't know.
No.
He never comes across as like a good guy or friend. His demeanor lets us know that what happened at the beginning of the movie is because of him, and they hint at it. And even if they didn't hint at it, with one of the first lines is Vivica A. Fox going, "I believe everyone deserves a second chance." He looks like a villain.
Yeah, those eyebrows.
Yeah. But overall, I think I liked it a little more than the last one. It had more just fun, goofy stuff to it when it wasn't downer material. It just felt like
Yeah.
it had a little more energy to it, I felt. And there were two moments where I laughed really loud. The first one, my girlfriend was coming home at the same time, and she asked me what I was laughing about because she could hear it from outside. What did you think of it?
I liked it better than The Wrong Cruise. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That movie was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
We took 2 months off here, so that I could have surgery, and in that time, I watched a lot of good movies. And I forgot what it was like to regularly watch bad movies. I feel like I really cleansed my palate. And then just started eating bitter stuff again. It's not a good movie, but it's a kind of middling wrong movie.
Yeah.
The main thing I felt about it was that this was way too intense. This is I don't know, you take out a couple of those goofy moments and I don't know if I could have sat through this movie.
Yeah, there's this skipping way ahead in the recap, but for a good part of the movie, they worked around a lot of the stuff to where I didn't think that's where they were going with it. I thought they were... I can't really say... I'll just get into it. So, I thought that... Because the whole thing is, he's, lying to people, gaslighting everyone, basically, and making it seem like someone's going crazy, and I thought a lot of the stuff he was doing was the implication of something worse.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like that because they weren't outright saying anything. He wasn't super outright saying anything until the main girl went and visited the girl from the opening scene's mom, and then it just took a turn to oh, they're actually going for it. I thought they were avoiding it because that was going to be part of it was that he didn't do completely everything, but he still like got violent and like was
Yeah.
was like that. I didn't think like he was actually assaulting anyone, and that's especially with the way they try and depict it with the main character. Part of it is because of like TV restrictions and stuff, but I also just kind of felt like he did what he did to make the illusion like something happened to like get at her and make her uncomfortable and cause problems, but not actually. But with the way everything
Yeah.
else went, I think he actually did.
Now that you're mentioning it, I'm back and forth on whether he actually did, which makes me feel terrible. Like
Cause
I'm not believing her, but I'm unsure of what the script is
yeah,
actually trying to say.
yeah,
Did
that
she
that
ever say okay, so we're just kind of like touching on this right now. The wrong friend is really like he's not even friend, he's just a rapist.
yeah,
Like that's it. That's the plot. He gets her drunk, he takes some photos, but there's a video. And the mother is like, "I saw what you were doing in that with him in that video." Is this like have you played Life is Strange?
I I have not. Somehow I have not. I've like heard stuff from it, but I with you bring this up, I probably won't know what you're referencing, but I would like
That's
to hear
fine.
the
I can
comparison.
I can summarize this real quick. So, in the first like episode or two, there are 5 episodes of Life is Strange. Or the first one, I think. There's this girl who she's very like very repressed, very heavily Christian, and there's this viral video going around, quote unquote viral video, of her doing something sexual question mark with like a bunch of people at a recent frat party, with the heavy implication that, or I get maybe outright statement that she was drugged. But then in the second episode they back off and they were like, oh yeah, she was like she made out with several people, that fucking skank, when it really did not feel like that was supposed to be the implication in the first one. And I feel like there might have been some kind of reaction that the studio was like, we gotta pull this back.
Yeah.
So like maybe there's something here where it can be very ambiguous. Well, I mean, it is literally ambiguous as to what was happening in the video that we are not shown as the audience. But you know,
I guess this is where we could get it before we get more into the movies. We could have our predictions and like stuff that we had.
so I'm not gonna lie to you, Jory. It's been so long since we've done this show. I forgot that we did predictions until like halfway through the movie.
That's fair.
Um, Tell me your predictions. I want to hear.
I only had one, but it was just kind of like for the framework of the movie. I thought with the wrong friend, it was going to be a plot of like either social media or
Mm,
just like some kind of like social media scare or something with like a troubled child scare or something like that where it would be uh teenager or newly college student reconnects with a childhood friend through the magic of Facebook or something. Like the
mm-hmm.
power of the internet makes it easier to like find people you knew when you were like a little kid, and they're either hanging out or they like both are at the same school or something, and they things would make a turn for the worst as the friendship goes along. Like either friend would be super possessive, like didn't like that the friend has a partner, uh didn't like what they were doing, or was turned out to be hired to get at them, or just something like that, or like it they had behavioral issues that the main character didn't notice because when you're 6 you don't really process
Yeah,
another 6-year-old's behavioral issues. You just see him as, oh, that's the kid who gets mad sometimes or something. But it turns out it's either like a but I don't I still jump to this because my mom is someone who still watches every episode of Law and Order SVU as it comes out, so I thought that for some reason, expect Lifetime to drift into like ableism. I'm sure they'll get there eventually with one of these, probably, but either that or like as we saw in The Wrong Child, where uh he sort of saw his mom kill a stepfather slash boyfriend, and that kind of made him
Hmm.
weird. So I thought it'd be something like that where the kid while the time they're away, bad stuff happened, and it led to them becoming a bad person for the sake of the movie. Um, but there's no wrong friend at all.
No, they weren't. He wasn't even a friend. He was just some guy they met.
Like, I don't know, call it the wrong new kid, the wrong new,
The wrong party.
yeah, something like that. Like,
I will say, I actually, thinking about it, did have one prediction that was not correct. I thought the wrong friend was going to be a woman.
huh.
I thought this was going to be a rare wrong woman. But of course, all women are queens. So, do you want to get into talking about this very serious plot?
Yeah, all the stuff that I like uh had like fun with this thankfully had almost no adjacency to like the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So but and the opening of the movie is where I like first started with the like, is this what is what they're insinuating is this guy does happening, because the opening is
Yeah.
a girl at a hospital. She's like in a hospital. It's very close up on her, and they're going over like she's in there. Clearly was assaulted, and the nurse is uncovering bruises on her.
Well, I mean,
And
there's a scene before that
oh,
where she's just straight up assaulted.
I
Did you
must
not
have
see that
missed that.
scene?
I must have missed that.
Jory,
Uh,
you gotta go back and to like minute one here. This is not an implication. This is just
oh,
what they directly show happen,
okay.
more or
I
less.
missed. My dog must have sat on the remote or something, because I completely missed that, and I think that shaped why I was unsure for a good amount of the movie. Let me live on air pull this up and edit out the silence. Oh yeah, I totally missed that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I
Yeah,
guess
no.
yeah, cause it's like 30 seconds. I think I was like, I don't know, grabbing a drink or something real quick and totally missed it. I thought it opened
Yeah,
up
I mean, when
on
is
the
there ever
hospital.
anything? Yeah. When is there ever anything terribly important in the first 20 seconds of these
Yeah.
movies? Turns out this one was load bearing.
Yeah. Because yeah, okay. Because I thought it started with her in the bed and nurse uncovering the bruises, and I guess it's still kind of like that's where I started, because I wasn't sure at this point. Like I've seen enough Law and Order SVU to know what that would normally go down, but I didn't wasn't sure if Lifetime would go that route. I know Lifetime is cable and they can arguably get away with more than NBC can,
Yeah.
but I really thought that it was more of a violent partner versus more than that, like getting angry and physical abuse, than it was what it turns out happened. Um, and then it cuts from that to immediately showing us who our bad guy is, because he looks like a bad guy. Like I already said, of Vivica A. Fox is a principal at this school, so
Oh, let
uh,
me add that to the list.
the list of she's a principal this time, and the public school got a massive donation from this boy's family as a bribe to let their son in, who was kicked out, and he needs to he needs a place to go to school, and
Yeah.
he's like she says, I everyone deserves second chances,
Yeah.
and
So he gets enrolled at Kennedy High, or as Vivica A. Fox says it, Kennedy High.
I didn't notice that. That's pretty funny.
My note here just says, "Wow, this kid is so evil."
Yeah,
Um,
just immediately like that's the wrong friend. Like that's the wrong friend. This guy's a criminal. He just looks
yeah,
like it. That's the wrong
you and me
friend.
just pointing at the screen and yelling, "Bad guy, bad guy, bad guy." He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Um, Also, fucking what was his name? Rico in Wrong Cruise. He was the kid's dad for this one scene,
I didn't even put that
which
together. If no, I did notice some of the other actors.
Dante maybe. Oh, it was Dante. Sorry, what did you say?
I say I
What?
didn't realize he was from a previous one. I noticed some of the other actors from previous movies though.
Yeah, I couldn't place where I remembered the mom from, but I know she was in one of these.
I assume she was just
Uh,
like a soap opera actress. She has that kind of look to her.
I really feel like she was in one of these before. She might have been in the wrong. I don't know, the wrong something. But seeing him there, and then in a later scene, the wrong friend. His name is Chris. By the way, Chris Andrews. Hey, real quick, can we talk about how more or less our protagonist and antagonist are named Riley and Andrews?
I didn't make that connection.
But yeah, he says his parents are away a lot, so I'm like, is are his parents about to go on the wrong cruise, just like off to the side here?
You know, it's something that I was like kind of in the back of my mind through all of this, and the easy answer is they're rich, they can just do whatever they want. But it's like,
Oh yeah,
sure, he's a lawyer, but he's gone all the time, like always.
yeah. Maybe works like international cases.
Or he's like
That's how law works, right?
I've always felt there's been a vague undertone and stuff I've seen when like a rich guy covers up for his piece of shit kids being
Mm.
a horrifying criminal. There's an undertone of like, dude, you gotta stop. Like you gotta fix this up. I'm just too busy and rich to be able to like actually do anything about it. This he just seemed
Yeah,
like, yeah, my kid can do no wrong. I don't know. And even if he did, we'll move on and forget about it.
yeah. Weird tone. We meet our main character Riley, and her friend Kim, and I do want to say, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I do like how many of these films are like centered around black women. You don't see that,
Yeah.
really.
You don't really like, especially for I feel like in the back of my head, if you ask me what the audience for Lifetime is, it's like middle-aged white wine moms.
Yeah.
That's like a really progressive thing to do. I mean, that's probably not an audience that's gonna be mad about it, but I also don't know
Yeah.
if the people on the Lifetime movie subreddit are as bad as the people are about Star Wars and video games. But it's
Yeah.
really cool to see.
Yeah. That has to be Vivica's influence, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like 3 of the 7 movies we've seen are are about black women. So we meet Riley and Kim, and then and then Chris Andrews fucking pops out from behind a tree on their high school campus, leering at them, and invites them to a party at his house, where there's going to be alcohol and I don't know, probably kissing, and they just they just go.
Yeah. The the thing that like slightly bugged me with this is like this is his first day and I he maybe it's because of my general predisposition to go I don't know about being introduced to people. Just like I wouldn't. I'll be formal, nice, and cordial, whatever. But I'm not just me like hell yes, new friend. I wouldn't
Yeah,
a new kid at school. I'm not going to his fucking party.
yeah,
I don't care if his parents aren't there. I don't know this guy. He could say his parents aren't there, and then it turns out his parents are cops, and he's a piece of shit who wants to get a bunch of kids arrested for underage drinking. I don't know. That seems like a trap.
Yeah, it's just like the self-preservation on I'm not going to talk about that for Riley. Riley is kind of an innocent victim here. The instincts on her friend Kim are so astronomically bad
Yeah.
that like it's baffling to me. I'm like, I cannot imagine as a woman. Hang on, let me say what happens at this party. So at this party, there's drinking and a pool and stuff. A lot of 28-year-old teenagers, and Chris is like in his house, leering at them from the balcony like Jay Gatsby, pouring fucking a half pint of whiskey and a half pint of vodka into a solo cup from like crystal square bottles.
Yeah, so there is something I wrote down about this. I know it's just I don't know what they were implying with it. We like what it seems to imply more to me because I'm overthinking it, because really having a dramatic sting to it is like he's doing something to the drink. But when he was pouring the first part of it, it was mostly fine. But when he opened up the like other crystal decanter and started pouring it in, it had a dramatic music sting. And
Yeah,
I don't. What are we supposed to know about the second drink? I guess just that it's
yeah,
drugged or
because
something. I don't know, but it's a stupid thing to get stuck on. But it feels like such a choice that it's like, what don't I know about mysterious drinks and crystal decanters?
like I don't think that the implication is that he's like roofing her or whatever, right? Because that's like that you put in a pill or a powder in
Yeah.
like the visual medium here. Like just a second clear liquid. I think the implication is that he's giving her a drink that is stronger than he is implying that it is. Uh, that it's like two liquors mixed. I mean, that's what I got. I got that he poured
Yeah.
an absurd amount of both whiskey and vodka into this cup. My favorite, the quarter-pound slosh hammer, delicious. And so he gives that to Riley, who initially says no, but then he's like, "You don't seem like a girl who deserves to drink a warm beer." And he takes her bottle and he puts it on a table that you definitely did not see, and it looks like he's just putting it down into thin air because it's behind a pillar in the shot that they chose. Uh, This isn't really relevant, but it's something that they do twice that bugged the shit out of me. Riley gets really drunk.
She's also, because it's important for this, that she got in a fight with her boyfriend
Oh yes,
earlier
yes,
at the
yes.
party, because like after he invites them to the party and they take a picture of his address on his phone instead of writing it down. I thought that was bizarre.
Yeah.
um, but they she like her friend goes, hey, what about your boyfriend? And she goes, what boyfriend? And then at the party, she's there with her boyfriend, and they're arguing about, she saw the pictures of him with a girl who has a reputation, and
Hmm.
he's just like, yeah, no, it's not what it seems like, nothing happened, I swear. And she's like, yeah, whatever, which is kind of getting her to be more interested in Chris and willing to take his drinks. It's like, well, I'm mad at my boyfriend, and this hot guy is like being nice to me, I'm gonna cozy up to him. And
Hmm.
as soon as like right after she has the drink, she's like, I don't know how much time is supposed to have passed, but this party is also in broad daylight, and when her
Yeah,
friend
that was bizarre.
that one I think is purely a like, we don't want to shoot at night kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it made it feel even more weird. And her friend like shows up and is like, hey, are you good? And she's like falling over, can barely speak, and he's like,
Yeah.
nah, she's good. I'll take her home later. And her friend's like, no, I think I'll take her home. And I'm thinking, good friend. She's gonna take her home. And
Yep.
then like one slight push was like, nah, she's good. She's like, nah. She's like barely being able to get out, going, I'm good. And she's like, oh, okay, if you say so, and leaves. I'm like, what? Oh, no.
Just the worst friend on earth. Like, and I kind of thought when she said like, we should get out of here, or like, we gotta go. I kind of thought she was just saying that, like, not because she actually had to go, but
Yeah.
because her friend was too drunk and around a
Mm-hmm.
boy that definitely has eyebrows that you should not trust. But then she just leaves. And
I
I'm like, you gotta, that's not girl code. I'm sorry. It's
I
not.
I think that this would work and make her friend seem less shitty if is just have her friend also be pretty drunk. Like it's not a full on like excusable there, but it'd be more understanding and like, oh, she's also not capable of being able to remove her friend from the situation. This sucks all around. Instead of just,
Yeah.
oh, she's just fine leaving her friend blackout with a guy who they met at most 5 days ago, assuming it was the start of the week when he invited them to the
Yeah.
party. Uh,
And like, even barring that, he just kind of like whisks her away. Maybe she doesn't see where her friend went.
yeah, and she's like,
But
"Oh, I
this is
guess she
just
must have
the
gone home by herself or something. I can't find her. She's not answering her phone, or her phone's dead."
yeah. It's, I don't know. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
I'm built different. So the friend leaves. Chris takes Riley upstairs, and takes a phone out of a drawer. You know, the place where you keep your phone when you're 17 in
Yeah.
2018. And starts taking pictures of her, and then she passes out, and we like fade to black, or we just like go to the next scene, where she just wakes up the next day in her bed.
Yeah, in her bed at her house with completely different clothes on. Um, I was really confused here. I was like, what happened? Like they take way too long to get to. He brought her home at some point, like, and the one thing I did write down real quick is he is in the house from the wrong child. Uh,
Oh, I gotta put that on my bingo card.
so same house. Um, but then she just kind of wakes up and goes to the kitchen and just acts like she has like a mild hangover, like not even like a super bad one, just kind of like groggy and awake. And
What the fuck?
yeah, her as she's like trying to recover from the hangover, her mom comes home and just kind of like very casual parent conversation. Uh I've kind of already forgot about it, but
um she mentions that the mom mentions that she has a date with Tom
oh
tonight.
yeah.
And I vaguely was like, okay, so the wrong is for some reason working with this Tom guy because they gave him a name and associate him with the parent here. It's another wrong cruise kind of thing.
Mm.
No, no,
Yeah.
that's it. Tom's got a bad weave, apparently.
His glasses make him look like Jeffrey Dahmer. Uh, she also has a hangover cure, which is like Tabasco and ginger. Uh, sounds disgusting.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, her friend is like, I don't know how you, or how. When did you get home? Her mom is like, when did you get home last night? And her friend is like, how did you get home last night? And she knows neither answer, but she plays them both off. Oh, she has a discussion with her boyfriend the next day. Her boyfriend confronts her. Her boyfriend, who has the most rectangular head of all time.
Yeah.
And, like, distractingly so. Somebody texted him photos of her and Chris in, like, compromising positions.
Yeah.
And like all the photos they show of her from her assault, like they're everyone is like, how could you do this? And maybe it's because I'm I'm in the audience, and also because I'm autistic, and I'm like, why don't you understand the thing I understand? Um, but I'm like, she looks fucking catatonic in every one of these photos.
Yeah.
Like, there's one of them kissing, and her lips are not moving at all, and she's not. She's just like staring off into the distance, and it's like this. You gotta have some eyes on this.
Yeah. And this is where I started thinking of like he he took these pictures and they're just this stuff where like kissing and like him shirtless and
Yeah.
them like embracing, and I thought he's trying to like ruin her social life by giving her a reputation around the school for sleeping around and cheating on her boyfriend and stuff because
Hmm.
they aren't being very explicit. And when she like confronts him about it and all the times that she confronts him about it, he he uses like vague terms of just like, you seemed like you were having a great time. Oh, we were just having some fun. It was a one-time thing. I don't know why you're so worked up about
Yeah.
it. He never like directly states what happened. And I'm after watching it and just like talking about it, I feel like it's more of a like workaround for like TV stuff than it is like an intentional thing to confuse us.
Yeah. It definitely is some kind of workaround because they also very much do not say the word rape until like an hour in,
Yeah.
maybe more. Um, yeah, it definitely agree on that. Um, and also here is where Chris's plan starts to make no sense, even if we find out later his plan was more than just sexually assault her, which that made no fucking sense to me as is. Um, but then, uh, so he sends the pictures to the boyfriend, which makes sense in a way. But then he like emails some different ones to her from like a burner email. Why?
Yeah. I just to like mess with her. And the thing that gets me with this as a part of the plan too is like uh there's there's no plausible deniability what he's going like what pictures like I don't know.
He's in the
Uh
pictures.
he's in the pictures, and then like with with the cops and stuff, like they do have a like, you don't have like proof of it being this what you say it is, but it also feels like they're and I understand the irony to what I'm saying, and also some of the things they basically flat out say in the movie of just like about stuff going unreported or not being listened to and stuff. But I feel like with the way that he is going about this, there's like no way around for him to, at least with law enforcement, like it's to a point where it's almost like they would have to, as a like, what's the word I'm thinking of, like they,
Formality.
formality, like they would have to be doing something instead of just telling her, I don't know, you're making a serious accusation about someone's life, you gotta be careful about that unless you're absolutely sure. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you've created too much evidence. It's just bizarre.
And I didn't even think about it really be, until you brought up the video thing earlier, because that happens later. But I believe they did, because I it's something that always sticks out to me is they, whenever they make a point to say they're 18, they didn't do any of that in this movie as far as I know. The most they said is next
They
year we're going to
didn't.
college. And I feel like, and that's why I didn't think much about the video, because in my mind the video was them like intensely making out or something. But if it's
Hmm.
to what you're saying, he produced he produced like child pornography, and that's like an
Oh my
immediately.
god. Can we talk about the thing that I fucking learned from this movie, which is that in California, this comes up later in the plot, which we'll get to. In California, sex between any two people under 18 is like mutual statutory rape.
So
It's not often prosecuted as such, but like legally it is.
so I do know. I think I know why they use it. I don't know the basis of like what went on it, but I know that they often use this in cases of like two 16, 17-year-olds dating, and one of the parents is very not okay with them having a relationship or doesn't want them to take it to that level, and finds out that they do and wants to press charges on behalf of their daughter because they don't like the fact that their daughter had sex. I'm
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some situation where it's happened the other way, but this is the one everyone's gonna go to. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they have that kind of thing, is so that like, hey, we don't want overbearing parents causing problems for just two kids who are being kids.
But this would cause more problems.
Yeah,
That this is the problem.
yeah, it is. You cannot go like, because they don't have a video of him saying on camera what he is doing to her illegally. They're like, we can't do anything.
Yeah. Just weird thing that I that I just learned this evening. Anyway, also like with okay, there's one moment that I have to talk about as fucking briefly as it comes and goes in this scene. And then I'll move on to the thing that I thought with the emails and why the hell is he sending her this evidence. Um, she gets these emails and then she opens up the drawer of her nightstand and there's a gun in it.
Yeah, that's where I laughed so hard my girlfriend could hear it
Yeah,
outside.
same.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And
Anyway.
it's the most blatant Chekhov's gun. But the thing with it, because it's not a spoiler when you're already listening to something, a podcast explaining the movie. They don't ever explain it why she has it in her nightstand, as
No.
far as I'm aware, unless I missed that too. Um,
Nope. Not as far as I know.
she just has it. Like, there's some stuff about the family, like dad left, and that comes up, and it's like, I don't know, maybe dad was like a cop or something, or dad was
Maybe
gotta protect
a
my
gun
daughter
nut?
kind of thing, and that stuck with her. I don't know. None of that came up. She just has a fucking gun in her nightstand. The like 17-year-old has a gun in her room.
How strange.
And this the other thing that I didn't think about till now. And in California, that seems
Yeah.
unless they're like in Orange
Yeah.
County or something. I don't know. Uh,
I think that they are.
for anyone who doesn't know, Orange County is like a big red bubble in California.
So she goes to his house to Chris's house to like confront him about this email she got. And he gaslights her. And he's like, "What photos? I didn't send you any email." And he gaslighted her so effectively that he gaslit me. Uh where I was like the way that he like had kind of a different voice when he was like, "Oh, I'm sending these emails," in the tiny scene that they do.
Yeah.
Um, and the fact that he was denying it so vehemently, not that he sent the email, what photos entirely. Um, I was like, there's no fucking way that we are getting a plural plot twist, are we? Like maybe I'm just fucking fucking multiple personality pilled, but like there was like the tiniest fucking chance because occasionally he would like talk with like a raspier voice and stuff. And I'm like I've seen fucking 45 plural episodes of television, most of which are like this. Anyway,
I do
so that
think
was about 5 seconds.
you are predisposed to that, but that is a good call. Like, if that is a turn that I keep expecting these kinds of movies to do. So that you might be onto something if that does happen. Like, I don't think you're off base to start thinking that.
I mean, they dip into Satanism so much already. Like, how many of these people do they say like they're crazy, they're psycho, they sometimes they'll just name a specific mental illness. Uh, and it's just like I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them essentially.
After that, like, he goes, I because we see the drug later. He goes back, starts like scribbling in his notebook, and she comes back with her boyfriend. And when that happens, we see he's drawing her in the
Yeah,
notebook.
this really just bad drawing of her. Also, I
Yeah,
gotta say, he's wearing like this open button up shirt with like these flowers embroidered onto the shirt with nothing underneath. It was kind of a cunty look.
that's where we're getting our subtle homoeroticism in. Is this guy with his jacked body? I always look up the actors for this, and I guess he's done like high fashion modeling, which with that jaw, of course he
Not
has.
surprised. Yeah. Can cut glass.
Yeah, and she like goes to her boyfriend's house. Is like, hey, this guy's fucked up, and he's the one doing all this stuff. We got to do something about it. And they just kind of
Yeah.
repeat the same scene, but then
Yep.
he her boyfriend like goes to attack him, and she's like, no, don't, no, we can't have that.
Yeah. And then Chris turns into the Joker for the
Yeah,
rest of the movie,
yeah.
basically. He's so Jokerfied.
So
Uh, like,
this scene
so
I loved. After, unless there's something before this you wanted to get to.
you're gonna talk about the mirror?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he walks up, takes his jacket off, and I go, his chest is bright red. He's gonna beat himself up in the mirror, and this is like the fourth or fifth take they've done today. because he,
I didn't think of that.
because his chest is just like bright red. Where I've watched enough professional wrestling to know, like, when you start beating on the chest, that happens, and he starts beating himself up in the mirror, which is I I want to know if I wish there's a database where I could see how often this happens in Lifetime movies, because it's happened in two of them that I've watched, and feel like it's not that strange. Um,
Yeah,
he's like
yeah,
laughing as he's doing it too, which is incredible. What what like a choice.
yeah. And again, the fact that he was doing it in front of a mirror, I was like, again, the plural pilled thing. It that basically went away the next scene when I found out what the fuck was going on. But yeah, he really fucking beats his own ass. Uh, especially the chest. He was having a real Wolf of Wall Street moment.
Yeah,
Not to be confused with the hit David Dakota film Wolves of Wall Street. Then her boyfriend gets arrested.
yeah, just even though she's like, hey, it just they're willing to do more about the assault than about this physical assault than they are about a sexual assault, which is
Yeah.
I don't I don't know if the wrong
I
is
mean, it's true to
intending
life.
if the wrong is intending to have like a commentary on that, or if that's just how they're doing it for the movie. I'd like to think that they're doing like we're going to. Well, I guess they do have that line about where she goes like, hey, "This is why this stuff goes unreported." So that's probably a little intentional. I'll give them that credit.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be. Like, later on, we have a discussion of, like, somebody saying that a lawyer told them, like, you can press charges, but this probably won't even go to court. And that, I mean, that is true. It's a good comment to make.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to watch it, but it was a good comment.
I don't know if the tone of a lot of this movie is the place to start throwing that stuff in. Uh,
Yeah.
it's an uncomfortable road to get to the good message.
Yeah. And the police don't believe her, as I believe we've established, and they pull up a video. And at this point, like, there's been so many sets of photos, and now there's a video. I'm like, did he do a whole fucking like shoot here? Did he get like a tripod out and stuff? This feels so elaborate, and there keeps being more.
Yeah.
Uh, and then she and her mom have a conversation, and her mom doesn't believe her that she was assaulted. Um, And her mom is like, do you know how embarrassing it was for me to see that video of you being raped in front of your
Yeah. That
not quite boyfriend's parents?
that's one of those where her reaction makes it come across like she was just like sloppy blackout drunk making out with this guy and not
Yeah,
like them having sex or anything. Like it, they're like,
it toes the line.
yeah, they're trying to toe a line that I feel like is less about like for either for like the viewer or something, like it's just to, we don't want to push we don't want to go too far past for the TV censors or anything, because we can't like trim anything, we can't,
Yeah,
reshoots are out of the question, we can't do any sort of stuff like that, so we have to do it like this so we can get it on TV, but as a result makes characters and motivations muddled and worse overall.
yeah. We don't have time for this. We're shooting the wrong crews and the wrong teacher this
Yeah.
month as well. Um, and like honestly, even if it's like only an implication here, I was still clutching my fucking pearls.
Yeah.
I was like, this is way too intense for this series.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess they're making good art because it made me deeply uncomfortable. There's also some social media fear mongering, so you were kind of right in that regard with your prediction. Where
Yeah.
she's like, those pictures go on the internet and they follow you forever, Riley. Do you know how often at the hospital we turn someone down for a job because we look at their social media profile and see some iffy pictures? And that is why my social media, my Facebook name is not my real name. Um, and I don't use this name legally. Can't find me. I'm built different.
See, I can't give advice on this for reasons everyone's definitely already aware of without me having to say anything. Um, but I will say that my like I do check for like my own visibility sometimes, just because like I'm curious,
Mm-hmm.
and most of my like podcasting and Twitter, all that stuff is pretty buried, and my Facebook is pretty locked down. But I every
Yeah.
so often like I probably didn't do a good idea, do a good thing making everything very intentionally being my name, but uh
Yeah. Eh. What can you do? Also, fucking Riley gets some lines in this movie. Uh, Starting with here, where she says to her mother, "Sometimes I understand why Dad left."
phew.
Just fucking obliterate her.
And is this the first time
KO fatality.
we've had like parents left through divorce and not death?
Ooh,
Because with the wrong child, I believe Vivica Fox's first husband died.
yeah, he died in a
Uh,
car accident.
the wrong student, the girl's parents died, and she was living with Jessica Morris.
Yeah, the
Um,
wrong, the wrong crush. Was that a divorce, or was she just like a single parent? Like she was never married? I can't remember much about the family situation in that movie besides the fact that the mom was the biggest bitch on earth.
yeah, I think with that one they didn't really mention the dad. Now that I think about it, with that one,
Hmm.
And
Yep.
then then the wrong cruise, I think also Dad had recently, like pretty recently passed away with the wrong cruise. So that was part of why
Yeah.
like the romance happened was because it's like it's cool to move on, Mom. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Interesting. Um, and then Riley gets a FaceTime call of Chris breaking into their home.
Yeah, because he still had her keys from when she was at the party. I don't think we mentioned it
Mm.
yet before, but throughout the movie, we see him like spying on her, whether it's at school or like one times when she's talking with her mom, he's like looking in through the window and like watching them. So now he's like taking it even further and coming into the house.
I didn't even process that's how he got the keys. That
They
makes so much sense.
they mentioned it when she was telling her friends about it that like she says something like he must have like kept him when from the party or something. It's like a super quick line, but I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
where he got the keys from.
No, that makes sense. The police do nothing.
No.
They tell him to change the locks the next day, and they don't.
Uh not to propaganda eyes on the podcast, but from family experiences and friend experiences having like these kinds of scares, um usually like they're they've been receptive. Like we'll have someone in the area like looking around, and then there's been times where something's what happened in the neighborhood that I lived in before I moved and like overhear it, and like after that we see like uh, till late at night, and this is when I was staying up till like 4 in the morning. Every 15-20 minutes at least, there's like cop cars scrolling by. It's like hear this like you're making shit up, fucking stop,
Yeah.
basically. Like get over it. Something happened, you
Maybe
do
it's a
something
race
about it.
thing.
What do you what do you think we're here for? To help you? Absolutely not.
We're here to uphold uphold the class divide.
Yeah, basically.
Also, so at this point she has like a little powwow, I guess, a little like conversation with her boyfriend and her friend Kim, who has not been in this movie for I don't know, like half an hour.
Yeah.
Um, and they talk about like what's going on, the fact that Chris broke into her home or probably broke into her home. And they do mention that the photos of her were posted on quote the school wiki.
Yeah, I wrote that in all caps. Uh what?
What do you mean? The school wiki.
It's it's such like a specific line cuz I would believe like the Facebook group the students have, or like
Yeah,
the group chat or something.
the Twitter.
The Twitter, the school Discord 2018 Discord is when people are using Discord more. People who make these
Yeah.
movies aren't gonna fucking know what Discord is, so that's not gonna happen. But like the school wiki is such a weird, specific way to put it together.
Do you think they meant like blog? Cuz like in this same year that this comes out, Love Simon has a plot point about like a blog that has like gossip that everyone like goes to.
It could maybe be something like that. The thing I was thinking of when they said this is a like vaguely social media central information spot
I
for
guess.
uh the students that they're constantly like checking or using, almost like a canvas or blackboard or something that students use for
Yeah.
college. But the wiki is all Maybe it's like a school fandom wiki. you can't
Finally.
you can't figure out what the assignments do because of all the pop-up ads.
Oh man. Do you want to cover their kind of terrible plan?
Yeah, they're this felt like a not Lifetime movie. This felt like a almost like Disney Channel movie where like the adults don't believe us. We have to come together and take care of the problem ourselves, but with
Yeah.
more serious implications. But they have a plan where Kim's going to get close to Chris and get him to admit that he did
Yeah.
it.
Or get some kind of evidence on him as like a person?
Yeah, just like get closer to him so they could like more concretely do it. And she has a lot of like high schoolers change friends more than they changed their underpants.
I mean, maybe true. At least high school boys, I don't know. Yeah,
and
like I kind of figured the fact that they were like going to like look at his driver's license and his school yearbook and stuff, I kind of thought that we were going to get another like fake identity twist.
oh, and by this point, I kind of like given up on. Well, a little bit. When he started getting close to him, I was like, oh, this is where the wrong friend comes in because she was using this as an out to get with the hot guy, and they're gonna. This is when we're gonna
Ooh.
find out that they've been working together because she actually does hate her friend. No, uh,
Nope. Yeah, she like they fake a fight in front of Chris, Kim and Riley.
I have
And
a specific note on this that I don't
yes.
know if it's intentional or anything, but I think they did a really good job of acting like teenagers acting in the scene where
Yes,
they're having a
exactly. I
fight.
was going to say the same thing.
They convinced me that they are teenagers putting on an act for another teenager to think something happened. And
My favorite part of it is that there is like a line in the script that they wrote where Riley is supposed to interrupt Kim, but Kim like stops the line at the introduction where she's like, "Sometimes you can be such a what, Kim?" Uh, it's something more like abrupt than what I said, but like it's so clear that like she was supposed to interrupt her there and then just didn't didn't
yeah.
right there. So good.
And he's like 2 feet away and comes up like, "Hey, I just saw you get in a fight with her."
Popping out from behind a tree yet
yeah,
again. She goes over to this guy's house. Bad idea.
yeah, bad idea.
Um and
Which has
while
another thing that was like so ridiculous, where she's like holding a trophy in his room. She's like, What'd you win this for?" He's like, "I don't know, something or another." And I'm not a guy who's won a lot of trophies. I'll admit it. Don't they normally say what you won them for on there? I've seen
yeah,
trophies before.
yeah, they should.
they'll say they'll say like first place this, third place that, best blank. I don't know. But
That's his award for worst friend.
it also has a like old guy's idea of aloof teenager who doesn't. The kids these days, they don't give a shit about anything. This guy's good at stuff, but he doesn't
Yeah.
fucking care.
How old is Adam Rockoff? He is 50. So this was what, 7 years ago? He would have been like 43?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That tracks.
Generation X throwing stones in glass houses right there.
Yeah. Um so his car alarm goes off while they're talking, and he runs down and sees that somebody has like keyed his car. Meanwhile, Kim is rifling through his shit, taking photos with her phone of just everything. Um and he comes back and he's like, "They keyed my car." Uh And she's like, who? Riley and what's his name? Matt?
I think so, yeah.
He so doesn't matter.
White guy.
Um, yeah, white dude. And he's like, it had to have been. And she's like, why don't we go to the police? And he says, I can't. There's no proof. Like, wow, man. Must feel really invasive to have that done to you and to know that you won't be believed if you tell anyone
Yeah.
about it. That's crazy to happen to you. I'm so sorry. Jory,
They
what did they learn from this?
uh they she just kind of got some information that I don't think what she does, like, she doesn't help beyond this, I think. She just has those photos for him to find out about it later. Uh
Mm-hmm.
but they have a meeting, the group up together, and it's like he's taking care of his car, so it's safe for us to meet up here. And uh Matt, the boyfriend, goes, I went to football camp with a guy who went to oh no, they do figure out like the school he went to. Um
Yeah.
and she's like, went to football camp with the guy that went to that school and knows him, and we're really tight, so he's like open to talking to us and stuff. And the friend Kim goes, yeah, it's like he believed all the things he says, but also I didn't feel scared, and it felt like reassuring to be with him. And
Sounds like a you problem, Kim.
yeah, I is this I feel like this is playing up the like uh is it Ted Bundy, the one who they say was like he's handsome and that's why he was able to get away with everything that he did because women just thought he was hot and just thought he was cool to be around?
I think so.
'Cause
Um,
I know
yeah,
there's like
yeah, yeah.
one of them that's what he's like known for, and it's a severe, horrible, victim blamey way to talk about how he was able to manipulate people. Uh, and they're just like kind of playing off of that, like things that people know. Like, yeah, I have heard that like these crazy serial killers, they're able to like get people to like them and feel comfortable around them, when it's far more complicated than that. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. They talk to the soccer friend and he mentions that there was a girl who had a similar thing happen to her at their old school and that Chris ended up being like kicked out of school over it. Right?
yeah, this is the scene that like felt the most like a Law and Order thing, where they meet up with the guy who's like, I didn't know him very well, but like heard this and this happened, and it has the like touch that I think they do a lot in like Law and Order SVU, just Law and Order in general. Is like one of the when they're interviewing the person, they don't fall on either side of something. There's like, this is just the stuff I heard, and here's kind of like the stuff that went around. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
which that's when Riley goes to, thinking she's going to go visit her, and runs in and meets her mom. And this is when we find out what really happened, which uh is he assaulted her. They wanted to press charges, but but they're told like, this guy's a super rich lawyer. We're not, like, you can try, but it's going to take a lot of money, and we can't say anything's going to happen. So they tried to just move on from it, and she killed herself.
Yeah, she was Chris's friends and some of her friends, like bullied her so
Oh yeah.
relentlessly that she took her own life.
Yeah.
Um, and this scene is so intense and actually like legitimately really good. I need to. Who is this actress? I need to look her up. Her name is Tracy Nelson.
She was like a TV actress for the most part for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, she's like somewhat notable. That makes sense as to why she is so much better than anyone else in this movie.
Yeah.
Um, she actually had me like on the verge of tears at the end of that scene. Like maybe I'm like hormonal right now, but it's like the scene was set up to me where I was immediately shocked where that they were like going here at all.
Yeah.
Where she Riley goes to the house of this previous victim, and uh her mother is there, and she's like, "Oh, I was hoping to talk to Christy Nelson or whoever." And she's like, "My daughter is dead." And I literally like said out loud, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Like
I didn't think like these movies would like go to this place at all.
I was clutching my goddamn pearls. Like it, I don't know, and this woman is in tears, but not like intense tears the entire time. And there's one moment towards the end where she starts to say something, and then she's like, sorry, and like starts to say it again in like a I'm trying not to like completely lose it kind of way. Um and she ends saying, she gives Riley like the case files of like, you know, all the police reports, the hospital records, legal stuff on about her daughter, and she says, "I can't do anything for my baby, but maybe you can." And that's not what I expected. I can't believe that one of these stupid fucking movies made me feel something in
Yeah.
my heart. And then the next scene is immediately so bad and tonally weird.
I I can't even remember what happened after that. Because
Um,
it's like a gap from. Because I know something happened after that before the Fred gets in the car with the guy.
yeah, they basically circle around to with the three friends here on what the next part of this plan is going to be. She like recaps off screen to them what happened, and Matt has the fucking audacity to be like, I don't know, maybe that woman is crazy. Like, you shut your goddamn mouth.
What
Quite frankly.
what what happened to your girlfriend, buddy?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, bud, this is a cautionary tale for you. This
this
is, you need to stand by your girl here.
yeah, this is also a non-intentional callback to one of the times when Riley's talking to her mom. She's basically just like, I don't know about your boyfriend. You guys are just like young and stuff. I don't know. You're just like, that stuff just doesn't work out sometimes. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, clearly if he's gonna be like this.
Yeah, just like the wrong crush. So basically, they're like, we're gonna keep going with the plan where Kim is definitely going to get hurt by this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's our plan. We got nothing out of it last time, really. I mean, we got like this former victim stuff, but like, this is your plan? And, you know, who could have fucking guessed? Kim brings up the name Christine Nelson or whoever to Chris, and he gets violent with her.
Yeah.
He goes full Joker. And then later on, Kim is leaving her job, and somebody in a ski mask assaults her and kind of like grabs her, looking like he's gonna maybe kidnap her. But then a bystander like runs up and stops him, and he just like runs off with her purse. And what did you expect her injuries were going to be?
So there are two things that before this that I needed
Oh
to
yeah.
bring up. So she earlier in the movie, like there's like in the kind of like an argument thing with between Riley and her mom is that mom works a lot and
Oh yeah.
she needs to focus on school so she can get a scholarship and go to a good school, and she goes, why don't I get a part-time job like Kim has? To which I'm thinking, you're not gonna pay for fucking college with a part-time job if you're in California, unless
Nope.
you're like some of the people I met, where it was cheaper to go to school in South Dakota than it was to for in-state tuition in California. You're not fucking paying for this school part-time job.
I don't think you can in any part of the country, even a community college.
Yeah, but this is them. We're getting to see that part-time job, and the transition is a stock graphic effect, which is it looks terrible. And then they're dividing tips with, and I think I'm thinking this is the actress who's the other caretaker from The Wrong Man, and I also think she does seem significant.
Oh yeah.
She does seem like significantly older than Kim. And then she goes, "Yeah, you're cool. If you need someone to buy booze for you, I'll do it." Okay, all right,
Weirdo older adult.
sure, whatever. This woman is clearly like 24 years old, playing a teenager, but yeah, I guess she needs you to buy her alcohol. But then, yeah, when the guy like grabs her, I thought, I don't know, she maybe had some bruises. She did nothing that we've seen. She needs to be in a sling.
Yeah.
And he's doing this. I think he's just grabbing a purse so he can grab her phone, because her thing when she's like, I got a strange text message about this, and he's like, show me the goddamn fucking text messages right now. She's like, no, I'm not gonna let you go through my phone. And that's when he gets violent. And yeah, she's like bruised up, has her arm in a sling, and then in something that made me rewind because I wanted to make sure I wasn't imagining things, she is very pointedly not wearing makeup in the hospital room when
Oh really?
she had a full face of makeup leaving work. And I
Huh.
don't I don't know how hospitals work. I don't know this, it just seems like weird, like they like washed all the makeup off of her face, which
Maybe they let her clean up
yeah,
a little bit if she wanted to. Like
yeah,
here's some makeup wipes if you want to feel a little bit better.
yeah. The
Control over your body.
from a production standpoint, I'm sure it's like, yeah, she showed up for makeup for this scene, and they put that makeup on, but it was just like, it felt like a big stark contrast. Is like, huh. And then her dad is the wrong man from The Wrong Man.
Oh. Was it was Rib Hillis?
Yes,
Ah, hey. Hi Rib.
because it made me think of the great ending from The Wrong Man, where dementia grandpa is like, is whatever his character's name coming back, and we're like, oh no, grandpa's got dementia, he doesn't know. And she goes, no. And he's like, good. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I also pressed on my remote and saw that there's fucking 12 minutes left after this happened.
Yeah.
Like, how is there only 12 minutes left? This is like end of act 2 scene. This is when they
Yeah.
realize, yeah, this guy is as dangerous as everything implies. Like, this lines up with everything. We need to figure out how to do something about this. It's not falling action time.
Yeah, it's just wild. The rest of this movie just happens so much.
Yeah.
There's a moment here where Vivica A. Fox shows up, which is I find very weird. Like the principal shows up, I guess because she feels responsible for letting him go to the school, even though she says herself that she has no control over who enrolls in a public school. And Riley says some shit like look at her and then look at yourself in the mirror and see how terrible you are. Which, you know, you go, girl. I want to talk about the photos on the phone. Because Chris goes through and one of them is his license. They changed... There is so much about this fucking license where they changed the main photo to be his photo. And it's like slightly sharper than everything else in the license. and the little like duplicate ghost one that's in the other corner is clearly not the same photo. The license is also for a Robert show. The signature in the bottom left-hand corner says Robert. The license number is short, like 3 or 4 digits for what California has. The address doesn't exist, but that makes sense. And his most funny to me, we talk about how these actors are often older than the character they're playing, but this guy is way younger than the character he's playing because his license says that he was born April 12th, 198. Oldest man in the world.
I didn't think to pause during this to grab this. Oh, dang. I might have to comb through the credits. I'm sure it won't. I'm looking through the full credits on IMDb. I was hoping that it was like a producer or something, so they just pulled this idea out and took a picture, did a little bit of Photoshop to cover it up, but no Robert Joe in the...
Is there anything... Robert SCHO anything else?
There's a Robert Wilson actor, but...
Well, no Robert Show, that's for sure. Yeah. And then we get the fucking twist or the motivation.
So I can't remember which conversation it happened in, but I called this mid-movie when I think it was when she was like lecturing her about something, but her mom says something. It's like, oh, I think it was about like not believing her. She's like, I am a mandatory reporter for, I see these kinds of things. And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, we didn't see the face at the beginning when they said they were getting police and everything. It's her mom. And that's, I didn't think that was going to be the motivator, but I knew that she was the one who did that at least. And that's basically it. The one who mandatory reported it he's after her after finding out she has a family.
Which is a bizarre plot twist to make. Like, it's not just that he is a serial rapist. It's that he's like, I don't know, he raped her daughter as revenge for her mandatory reporting his last rape and ruining his life and his perception.
Yeah.
Seems convoluted. So he shows up at their house with what I thought was initially a knife, but turns out to be a straight razor, Sweeney Todd ass.
Very specific weapon. And another thing with this that I know they're 17, Lifetime probably wants to show some kind of values of chastity. When he's like, hey, do you want me to stay here because there's a fucking serial killer rapist after you? She goes, no, I'll be good. No, no one would be doing that. Like, my girlfriend watched like the back half of this and she's like, no, why would you not want him there to keep you safe?
If she had only seen the front half of this.
Yeah.
This woman is just let down, or this girl is let down by everyone in her life. That's the moral of this movie. She needs to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
He holds the straight razor to the mother's throat like it's the end of Act 1 of Sweeney Todd. She stabs him with a scalpel she just has in her scrubs. And Riley takes this opportunity to run upstairs to grab Chekhov's gun. And I kind of expected the normal Lifetime thing where it's like the good guy has some hesitation. He's like, don't you fucking touch her. And they obviously don't say that on Lifetime. But, you know, it's only when they're pushed or like they have to that they take the shot.
Yeah.
No, Riley storms down those stairs. She does not even stop before she pulls the trigger the first time. She shoots him like she unloads a clip into his chest.
It's so like blunt and just like matter of fact. I burst out laughing really hard.
Yeah.
Also,
Same.
because he's also doing like a crazy weirdo Joker voice when he's like, "I'm gonna
Yep.
get you. You can't beat me. I'm better than all of you."
Yep.
She just comes down and unloads into him.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know. I would like to get some clarity on why she has the gun, at least.
Can we have some falling action? What happened to Kim?
Yeah,
She okay?
like,
Does Miss Nelson feel like that was adequate revenge?
yeah.
Yeah, and one of two movies so far that doesn't conclude so much as it just ends. So Jory, where are the thrills in this movie?
Uh, there's no thrills until like her friend gets attacked at night and you realize there's 12 minutes left of the movie because that's when I'm like, oh, what is what stuff gonna happen? That's when like action starts to happen because like he comes in and grabs mom and everything and like yeah, so not a whole lot of thrills. Um, I'd say most of it is like a crime procedural drama more than
Yeah,
anything.
it's SVU.
Yeah,
SVU meets like Nancy Drew.
yeah, more from
Nancy
the
SVU.
from the side of the victims themselves and
Yeah.
doesn't have the trickery that Law and Order has of like yeah that stuff takes realistically this takes place over like 4 years, not the like couple of months, if even that it seems to take place in an episode of the show.
Yeah, I will say that the end was kind of thrilling. I
Yeah.
loved how she blasted his ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I was clutching my pearls, but I wasn't thrilled. I was more horrified.
Yeah.
That's the gothic horror. Uh, I mean, there is actually something to say about gothic horror and, like, bodily violation and, the both literal and societal violence done against women. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm willing to call that a bit of gothic horror influence.
Yeah, that works.
And subtle homoeroticism.
I mean, when he's like, anytime we see him shirtless, that's about it.
Yeah, that scene where he's just like angrily working out, and he makes some faces like.
Yeah.
Hang on. This one is my favorite. In the chat here.
Oh, yeah. Maybe
That was probably the most homoerotic scene, and also him beating himself up.
maybe I'll have to do the custom artwork for the episode of that one. I did think that when she came back to the house with her boyfriend, I thought that maybe we'd get him being like a little like, "Oh, did you come back because you're interested in having some too?" or saying something like that.
Ooh. Maybe that would be pushing it too far for Lifetime.
Probably. I think also I don't I don't know how well they could handle like even implied joking gay versus like that.
Yeah. Jory, how many wrong friends would you give this out of 5?
Uh 1.5 to 2. I think like the the highs of her looking at a gun in her nightstand and then later pulling it out to blast the dude are really high, but they come at the cost of some low lows. I think if like you are someone who enjoys like crime procedurals and stuff, you might have like an okay time watching this. but I think if you're within the context of what we're doing and what we've grown to expect from these, it feels out of place and
Yeah.
inappropriate for them to
Yes.
take the swing at movie 7. If they started this with like 1 or 2, 3 maybe, I'd be like, okay, I kind of see like they have a couple different things that they're doing with this franchise. They're probably going to cycle through that. But here we've settled into like a kind of thing where there's a plan, or like there has been some kind of plan for the most part. The Wrong Crush didn't have a big plan, but she was still like it didn't veer into like the weird, like the super bad weird that this did.
Yeah. I think inappropriate is exactly the word I would use. Um, like I know that this shit happens in Lifetime movies. It's I mean it's like a fear mongering thing,
Yeah.
even though I mean it's not fear mongering exactly if it just fucking happens and this is just a grim reality. Um, though I will say that like statistically someone is far more likely to be sexually assaulted by somebody that they already know than someone who's a stranger or like a relative stranger like Chris is. Um just saying. Uh I would also in my brain I give it a 1.5. In my heart I give it a 2 because fucking Tracy Nelson elevated the entire film in her one scene. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that they should have done this for this series.
Yeah.
I think that David Dakota should not have touched this with a 10-foot pole.
No. It seems especially like he has such a body of work that it'd be hard to visit all of them to say how much of a through line it is. But from what I know about his outside of Lifetime work, it's all like super cheap and goofily campy and not
Yeah.
too serious. Like I would say like the serious levels that the other ones have got are still on like the camp side. Like
Yeah.
it there's not a there's not a like full reality to it. Like the most real it got was like maybe The Wrong Man of like an abusive caretaker,
Yeah.
but like the otherwise the plots were, they felt like movie plots more than like movie heightening of reality type of thing. Like the wrong student, like the girl's obsessed with the soccer guy. The
Yeah.
wrong child is like more of a movie thing. The wrong roommate's like there's a strange guy kind of thing. I also forget thinking about the wrong roommate that not only is it a strange guy, but it's a guy hired by her ex, her soon to be ex
Yeah.
husband and stuff. And like, while with this is just so far out from like that body of work that why?
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Anyway, I think that kind of covers our final thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, David, don't go here again. Adam Rockoff, don't go here again. He's the guy that we're with for most of the next fucking 20 movies. So,
He's the one who wrote the most recent one.
yep. I hope that his second attempt is a much better film.
It's hard to say.
Anyway,
Going off of the names, a decent amount of them seem like they won't, they couldn't veer into this territory. But also, I feel like this is not what I'd expect The Wrong Friend to go into at all.
agreed. That was going. My guess was that it was going to be a single white female situation.
Yeah.
Nope. So, Jory, where can people find you online?
You can find me anywhere Jories are found at No I'm Jory. Blue Sky is Jory.zone. At the time you're listening to this, I'll probably still be posting about horse girls. But but in between that, I don't know, I'll post my dog. Got if I got anything going on, jokes on Letterboxd, and I usually type up reviews for everything I watched as like a diary type thing. I found it helps me remember what I watched more, and it's nice to go back and
Yeah.
go, oh, here's what I thought about stuff. Same with Backlogged. It's Letterboxd for video games. I'm doing free PR for them because if the website has more users, it could fix my main issues with the website. Uh, which is just you go to a video game that everyone's talking about and the top 5 most liked reviews on Letterboxd. It's one-liner jokes and people going, "These bitches gay," which is fun. On Backlogged, it's people going, "This is indicative of the worst things in gaming," and it's a 5-star review for like Vampire Survivors. Like, I don't know, it's a $5 game. I don't think it's that serious. So get on there and help me save the website. Also, it's Letterboxd for video games. I like typing stuff up about that.
I'll make an account tonight.
I've got my other podcast. We are watching One Piece. It's been the summer of sad backstory there, but as recording this, but also we just got out of it. The most recent episode recorded is one that I cried right before watching it because of the episode, so it's a fun time. Caught up with the series, but if you start from the beginning, if you're curious about the show, I know there's people who listen to it without watching the show or reading the manga or anything, so if you want to jump in but you don't want to make that commitment, the whole thing is that it's my first time going through it, so you can you can live through me experiencing it. What about you? Where can we find you online?
You can find me on Blue Sky at Punkdyke, Punkdyke. Can't believe nobody had that ad on there either, and can't believe that I even attempted to think of a stupid joke that I do at the end of these episodes relating to a film largely about sexual assault. You can find the show at wrongpodcast.bluesky. Is that it?
The wrong podcast. Blue Sky.
Fuck.
I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, oh shit, I forgot the name. I need to get that shit figured out because I don't want to lose the account.
The wrong podcast. Message us there what you thought of this episode and the previous 6, if you haven't already. I want to hear. Well, until next time, I guess you listen to The Wrong Podcast.
Hey Jane,
Hey Jacqueline.
do you think the 2011 Egyptian revolution was caused by the chaos god Apophis?
I think that's...
How about the American Civil War and its ties to Greco-Roman conflict?
I think that's underselling the economic concern of slavery.
Do you think centaurs just piss where they stand?
Jacqueline, no offense, but I think there's something deeply wrong with you.
It's not me, it's actually Rick Riordan, author of the Percy Jackson series.
So you're saying that if you do a deep analysis of this incredibly popular and purportedly progressive, though overall well-intentioned author's works, you can uncover the deep rot behind American liberalism and capitalism as a whole?
Yeah?
Okay, I guess we could do a podcast about that.
And we can make sure to take time each episode to find the incontrovertible proof that his characters are not cishet, because Rick Riordan is not the boss of us.
Listen to Unwise Girls every Friday, brought to you by the Moonshot Network.
Lights. Camera. Adaptations. Ever watched your favorite book become a movie and said, well that certainly was a weird decision? Of course you have. Hollywood is constantly making changes for their adaptations, and this podcast aims to answer the question of why. Join host Emma Shannon and a different guest every month on Unnatural Selection, a new Moonshot Network podcast, as they talk about a film, its source material, and what makes an adaptation good, faithful, and less commonly, good and faithful. Check out episode 1, coming to a podcatcher near you on February 15th.